Okay, nice to see you, dear students. Today we are going to speak about modal verbs. I can't say that I'm going to introduce you to modal verbs because you already know some general information about them. Yeah? But I will tell you the rules about modal verbs, how to use them, and when to use them. First of all, I would like to say that modal verbs is one of the most complicated topics in English grammar. We should bear in mind that there are a lot of situations when modal verbs can be used. But I hope that you will leave the lesson feeling more comfortable using and feeling more comfortable and confident when using modal verbs. Yeah? Karina Topkailo is joining us. So let me share the screen. First of all, what are modal verbs? Yeah? Who can give a definition? What are modal verbs? What do you remember about them? Andrea?
Modal verbs are those verbs which don't express actions but attitude to action.
Yes, you are right. Modal verbs are part of special larger category called auxiliary verbs, and they add additional meaning to main verbs. Yeah, modal verbs add additional meaning to main verbs. And according to the definition from Cambridge Dictionary, we can say that a modal verb is a verb used with another verb to express an idea such as possibility that is not expressed by the main verb. Yeah? The main verb is the one which is translated. Yeah? And the auxiliary verb usually adds additional meaning. Yeah? Not only possibility, by the way. Yeah? It can be just ability, obligation, permission, and a lot of other meanings which we are going to talk about today. So, strictly speaking, there are 9 modal verbs in the English language. 3 of them starts with M, must, might, may. 2 of them start with W, will, would. 2 start with C, can, could, and 2 with S, shall, should. Yeah. So, modal verbs can have full forms and contractions. Yeah, contractions. Contractions are very often used in spoken English or colloquial English. Can I ask you to read the contractions? Herman, can you read the contractions to us, please?
Can, cannot.
Cannot, and the contraction can't. Rather, can't.
Could, couldn't.
Yeah, could not, couldn't.
Will not.
Won't читається. Won't, yeah, pay attention, won't.
Yeah.
Will not, won't.
Would not, and wouldn't.
Wouldn't, yeah, right, would not, wouldn't.
Shall not, shan't.
Shan't, shan't.
Should not, shouldn't.
Shouldn't, yeah, should not, full form, and shouldn't, a contraction.
May not, construction.
Contraction, yeah, no contraction. May not has no contraction.
Might not,
Mightn't, yeah, mightn't.
And the last mustn't.
Mustn't, you're right. Thank you, Hermina. Thank you very much. So, and modal verbs are special because they follow a very certain set of rules. And they follow these rules in a very special way. So, now let's talk about these rules. Rule number 1. Modal verbs are followed by infinitive without to. For example, they can play football. Yeah, we can't use to after can. You may use my phone. No gerund, no ing form after modal verbs, yeah, only infinitive. I couldn't buy any bread because the baker's was closed. We can't use bought, yeah, because, okay, the sentence refers to the past, but we use only infinitive after modal verbs. This is rule number 1. Rule number 2. Modal verbs do not take S in the third person singular. Paul can speak Italian. We can't use S. Paul is he, the third person singular, but no S. It may happen to anyone. Yeah? No S. Sarah must be at work now. Yeah? Sarah must be at work means I'm almost sure that she is at work. Yeah? No ending S. So this is rule number 2. Rule number 3. Modal verbs do not change their form according to tense. So they've got no past or future forms. I might eat pizza. No future, even if I'm going to eat pizza in an hour. Yeah, no will. You should do more exercise. We can't add any endings. Yeah, my sister can play the piano. Again, only can. Modal verbs do not change their forms. Rule number 4. We use modal verbs in negative sentences, like other auxiliary verbs without the verb do. The word order in negative sentences is the following: subject, modal verb, not, main verb, other words. For example, you must not touch the wires. You mustn't touch the wires. Yeah? I could not swim when I was 7. I couldn't swim. She should not drink so much coffee. She shouldn't drink so much coffee. Rule number 5. In interrogative sentences, that is questions, modal verbs are used like other auxiliary verbs. The word order is the following. We use modal verb, subject, main verb, and then other verbs. Can you help me? Will your parents let you go camping? May I leave the classroom? No, do, no, does. Yeah. Of course, there may be some question words at the beginning of the sentence. Yeah. For example, when will your parents let you go camping? It's possible, but no other auxiliary verbs. So, and now things are getting more complicated because apart from modal verbs, we've got so-called semi-modal verbs. They are called semi-modals because in some ways they are like modal verbs, and in some ways they are like main verbs. Yeah? Semi-modal verbs are the following: ought to, had better, dear, need, used to, have to, going to, be able to. Yeah? For example, like main verbs, some of them are followed by to. We see ought to, have to. Some of them change their forms. Has to, the third person singular, or had to in the past, needs to. But like modal verbs, some of them do not change forms. For example, semi-modal ought to. Yeah, she ought to phone her parents, no S ending. It ought to be easy now. Nothing, just ought to. Yeah? In the exam, you will deal with 3 semi-modal verbs: have to, ought to, and need. Yeah, it is easier. So I should say that almost all grammar books, almost all textbooks contain information about modal verbs. Preparing for our lesson, I have used destination B2. So if you have this book, you can look it through and you can see the information about modal verbs. But also you can use any other grammar book preparing for the exam. And now let's talk about additional meanings that modal verbs add to the sentences. Yeah, the first additional meaning is ability. I am able to do something. It means I can do. Yeah. Expressing ability now or generally, we use modal verb can. Yeah? I can run a kilometer in 4 minutes. expressing decisions made now about the future ability. We can meet at the gym tomorrow if you like. Yeah? So we're speaking about tomorrow, but we know what we are going to do tomorrow. We know now. Yeah, so we use can. Expressing ability in the past. I could do 50 press-ups, you see, with one hand when I was younger. Oh, in fact, I couldn't. 50 press-ups, that's a lot. Expressing ability in present, future, or general hypothetical situation. We use could. If only I could quit smoking. It is a conditional sentence, yeah? Second type conditional. We use past simple, and here we use could. Expressing ability in past hypothetical situation. What is that, hypothetical? Женя.
Гіпотетично.
Hypothetical, молодці. Hypothetical situation. Yeah? We use could plus perfect infinitive. What perfect infinitive means? We use have and the second form of irregular verbs. Yeah, the third form of irregular verbs. Yeah. I could have roasted the potatoes, but I decided that boiling them was healthier. Yeah, you see, was healthier. It means that the situation happened in the past, and at the time I could have roasted. Я могла б собі посмажити, да, картоплю. But I decided that boiling was healthier. Watch out. We use be able to for the infinitive and other tenses. I'd love to be able to fit into these jeans again. Yeah? We need an infinitive here, so instead of can or could, we use be able to. When we're speaking about the future, we can't use can in the future, we replace it with be able to. I will be able to leave hospital in a few weeks, apparently. Yeah? The vocabulary is hospitals, healthy lifestyle, that's why it's a very special vocabulary. I will be able, yeah? We can't say I can, because it will happen in a few weeks. Perfect, present perfect. I've been able to swim since I was 5. So, the first meaning is ability. And we use can, could, and could plus perfect infinitive. Now it's time for grammar practice. Grammar practice 1. We've got 10 sentences, and some of them are correct, while others are wrong. If the sentence is correct, let's put a tick. Yeah? And if it is incorrect, let's rewrite it correctly. Yeah? Dasha, can you read, please, the first sentence?
Yes. Can you to speak French? It's incorrect. Can you speak
Incorrect.
French?
Can you speak French? Yeah. Remember, we can't use to. We can't use infinitive with to. We use infinitive without to. Thank you, Dasha. Женя. Женя, can you hear me? German, okay, you're welcome.
I can give you a hint tomorrow morning if you like. I think it is not correct. I think we should. I could, замість can. I could give you.
So do you remember when we speak about a decision which we made in present to talk about future? Yeah, the sentence is correct. I can give you a hand tomorrow. Yeah, so it means I will help you tomorrow, but I've made my mind to do it today. Yeah, that's why the sentence is correct. Yeah, the sentence. Okay. So Andrei, the third sentence. Thank you, Herman.
I'll be able to take my driving test after a few more lessons.
Yes, you're right. We are talking about future. So, and we can't use will. I will be able. Yeah, we replace can with will. Thank you, Andrei. Тамила Липницька. Andrei is ready. Катя Терещенко. Don't worry if you make mistakes. We are learning. We are revising the information. It is one of the most complicated topics in English grammar.
Jack can play the guitar before he learned to talk. I think Jack could play.
You're right, because the sentence refers to the past. Yeah, you're right, Katya, thank you. Володимир Ямпольський. Sentence 5. Так. Андрій, виручайте.
If only I could afford it to buy the top. Could have afforded. Could plus perfect infinitive.
If only, yeah, if only I could afford it, yeah, to buy
top.
that top, yeah. It's possible to say if only I was able, yeah. Could is okay, yeah. And if only I was able to buy that laptop, yeah, or to buy that top. Great.
Yeah.
We can't use, it is second conditional, yeah, so we can't use can. We should replace it with the past form. Good. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you, Андрію. Так, Сергій, будь ласка. Sentence 6. So, any volunteers? Okay, showing the presentation, I can't see who is ready to talk. That's why I see only Andrei, and there is one more student. Can you read sentence 6? Three students already, yeah? So, Andrei has just read the sentence. I would like to listen to someone else. Who would like? Dasha,
I would
да?
like.
Давайте.
Так, шосте. We can have gone up the Eiffel Tower while we were in Paris, but we decided to go to the Louvre instead. We are able to.
Так. You see, the sentence refers to the past, yeah? When we were in Paris, yeah? That's why we should replace can with could, yeah? We could have gone, yeah? We could have gone up the Eiffel Tower. We were able to, then we were able, when we say we were able to, we highlight our physical ability, yeah? And here we speak about just the ability, the possibility. We could have gone up, yeah? It's better to use could here. Thank you. We've got Dasha and Daria. Can I listen to Daria? Can we listen? Daria, can you read sentence 7, please?
May I?
You're welcome, Victoria. Tak.
I could get a more expensive computer, but it didn't seem worth it. I think it's correct.
The sentence says, I could get a more expensive computer, but it didn't seem worth it. The sentence refers to the past. Да? Речення відноситься до минулого. How to express past possibility? We use could plus perfect infinitive. Yeah? I could get now, or I could get in the future. But as for the past, I could have got. Так? Да? I could have got. Let's come back to our previous slide. Expressing ability in past, hypothetical situation. Yeah? Could plus perfect infinitive. I could have roasted. Yeah? I could have got more expensive computer. Yeah? Так. Victoria, is it clear?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. Будь ласка, Герман.
I wish I could get out of the math test tomorrow. I think we should take can. I wish I can get out.
Wishes, yeah? Wishes are hypothetical situations. In hypothetical situations, we use could. I wish I could. Да? I wish I could. Так, окей. Будь ласка, Катя Терещенко, чує нас?
Yes.
Ага.
I bet you had loved weekend to get satellite TV. To be able to get.
Молодці, yeah, well done. be able to. Here we should have an infinitive, yeah? That's why we should replace can with able, yeah? To be able to get. Well done. Андрій, будь ласка, sentence 10.
You'd better tell the coach if you can't play on Saturday, and he will have conditionals. If you can't play,
Play, yeah, only infinitive without to after modal verbs. You're right. Well done. Well done. Thank you very much. So let's go to the second meaning which modal verbs can add to the main verbs. Yeah. Permission. Yeah. Permission means when we're allowed to do something. Yeah. Нам дозволяють. Дозвол. Permission. Yeah. Asking for and giving permission now, for the future, or generally. Yeah, we use may, could, can. May I see the doctor, please? Would I see the doctor, please? Can I see the doctor, please? All three words are synonymous here. It means that they have the same meaning, with slight difference. May is more polite than could, sorry. And could is more polite than can. This is the difference. Yeah. We don't usually use modal to talk about past permission. We replace it with be allowed to. I was allowed to wear a knee support during the match. We can see the knee support. Yeah? Knee support. I was allowed. Мені дозволили. Да? Тренер дозволив. Да? I was allowed to wear a knee support. We can't say I could wear. If we say so, we highlight my ability, yeah? Which is wrong. Yeah? I was allowed. However, we do use could to talk about past permission in reported speech. The coach said I could wear any support during the match. So, in direct speech, we can't use could. In reported speech, we can use could. See? So, permission is the second meaning. The third meaning, advice. Asking for and giving advice now, for the future, or generally. We use two modal verbs, should and ought to. You ought to cut down on the amount of red meat you eat. Cut down means reduce. Yeah, you shouldn't eat so much red meat. Or you should cut down on the amount of red meat you eat. As for the difference between ought to and should, they are also synonyms. But should is more common for everyday English. Yeah, should is more common. And pay attention, should is a modal verb, while ought to is semi-modal, because it is followed by to. Yeah? Some other examples with should and ought to. Can you read them, Katya Tereshchenko? Can you read the examples, please?
You should take a break and relax.
Mm-hmm.
He ought to try to be more patient. I think you shouldn't worry about that.
Yeah, I think you shouldn't worry about that. Sentences can be positive and negative, yeah, and all of them are followed by infinitive, yeah. Так. One more additional meaning is criticism. Criticizing past behavior. For criticizing past behavior, we use should and ought to plus perfect infinitive. Yeah. Bear in mind, when we speak about the past ability, past situations, we use perfect infinitive. The example is, he ought to have made more of an effort with his diet. He ought to have made. It means he didn't make enough effort, yeah, to stick to the diet. Or he should have made more of an effort with his diet. Yeah. Criticizing, or I would say regret, maybe якийсь жаль, да, що не вдалося щось зробити, да? Андрій, can you read the examples, please?
You ought to have tidied up the house before the party. You should have told him the truth. You shouldn't have spoken to him in that tone.
You shouldn't have spoken to him. Не слід було з ним розмовляти таким тоном, да? Відчуваємо якийсь жаль, да? We would like the situation to be different, yeah? criticizing, it's self-criticism, yeah, criticism and regret. Oh, for example, I must have used the wrong ingredients. So, criticizing past behavior, we use should, ought to, plus perfect infinitive. Yeah. Grammar practice 2. Circle the correct word or phrase. Sometimes both options are correct. Yeah. So, German, can you start, please? Oh, Victoria, you're welcome.
Hello, could I speak to Mrs. Johnson, please?
So only one option is correct, in your opinion, eh? Could I speak to? What about can I speak to Mrs. Johnson? Is it okay?
Yes, but could is more polite.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Both options are okay with a slight difference in meaning. If we want to sound more polite, we say, could I speak or may I speak, the most polite, yeah? But can I speak is also okay. Так, Андрій, будь ласка. The second
We were
sentence.
allowed to go home early yesterday because our teacher was ill. We can use just we're allowed to because we don't use could for past permission.
Yes, you're right. We were allowed, and it is like direct speech, yeah? We can't use could for past permissions in direct speech. But if it was a reported speech, everything would be okay, yeah? We were allowed. Thank you. Dasha, будь ласка, sentence 3.
The head teacher said we could go home.
You're right, we could go home. What about we were allowed to go home? Can we say it? Can we use it?
Yes, because it's не пряма мова.
It's reported speech, and in fact, these verbs have the same meaning, yeah? And as it is the reported speech, both of them can be used. Well done, thank you. Так, Катя Терещенко, будь ласка, sentence 4, да?
Do you think I should be worried about these spots on my forehead?
You're right, excellent. The person is asking for advice, yeah? Do you think these spots may be dangerous? Yeah, do you think I should worry about them? Yeah, could is inappropriate here because it's not about ability. Yeah, any person can worry, but is it worth doing it now? Yeah, thank you. Так, Андрій.
You ought to or should enter the talent contest. Both are okay.
Yeah, you're right. Both options are okay. You ought to enter, you should enter. We give advice. And both of the verbs are correct. Bear in mind, after ought, we use to. Yeah, but after should, we don't use to. Thank you, Andrew. Any other volunteers?
May I?
You're welcome, Victoria.
You shouldn't talk to people like that. It's rude.
Yes,
Shouldn't
you're
is
right.
correct.
Так, you shouldn't talk to people like that. It's rude, you're right. Couldn't is wrong here because all people could, yeah? All people can be rude, yeah? Oh, sorry, this is advice. You shouldn't talk. Thank you. Nikita has joined us recently. Nikita, can you read sentence 7? No. Так, Рябцева Даша, can you read sentence 7, please? Так, Андрей is ready to read. Who else? Who else is willing to read? Так, Катя Терещенко, you're welcome.
Alan should have written 2 essays in the exam yesterday, not 1.
Not 1, yes, you're right. We criticize Alan, да? And we say Alan should have written. The sentence refers to the past, yesterday. That's why only have written is correct, yeah? Thank you, Katya. Herman, sentence 8.
No, you may or should not go out tonight you know you are grounded. I think we should. No, you should not go out tonight.
Hermane, can you explain what the phrase "you are grounded" means? You are grounded means it's your punishment. You did something wrong, yeah? Usually parents use these words speaking to their children. You are grounded, як ти покараний. Тому краще що? You may not go out or you should not go out tonight.
May.
May, you are right. It means that you are not allowed, yeah, to go out. Так, окей. Thank you. Андрію, будь ласка.
Donna should have waited for me at the corner. I wonder where she went.
Так, Diana should
Повинна була зачекати на мене.
waited. You think only one option is correct, yeah? You should have waited. In fact, two options are okay, because should have waited, yeah, it's just the fact. But should have been waited means that she might be waiting for me now, yeah? The action might be in progress, but I can't see her anywhere. That's why two options are correct. Should have waited and should have been waiting. So, you remember the difference between present perfect simple and present perfect continuous, yeah? He has worked here.
Він працював тут. Just fact.
Yeah, just the fact. He has been working here. He still means he's still working, yeah?
Yeah.
He's still working. That's why both options are correct. Correct. Thank you, Андрію. Thank you. Вікторія, будь ласка. Sentence 10.
What are you doing in the park? You ought to have done your homework then. Have done.
Have done. It means the action should be completed, yeah? What were you doing in the park? It means that instead of, for example, you are my daughter and I'm your mother. What were you doing in the park? I mean, I saw you at 6 o'clock in the evening and you were in the park. But instead of that, you ought to have been doing. Yeah, you have been doing your homework at that time. You see? Here, the action should be in progress, should have been in progress, yeah? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Victoria. Катя Терещенко, будь ласка, sentence 11.
Yes, of course, you can open the window if you are too hot.
Yeah, you're right. You can open the window, yeah? Yes, you can open the window. Yeah. It means like a permission, yeah? You can open the window, yeah. Thank you. So, let's recap. What additional meanings can modal verbs have? They can have the meaning of ability, yes, permission, advice, and criticism. Yeah, we've gone through 4 meanings so far. Let's discuss the next meaning. Obligation and necessity. We use modal verbs must, have to, or need to express obligation or necessity. Obligation means you must do something. You are obliged to do something. Ти повинен щось зробити, да? Necessity means it is important to do something. It is necessary. I must pick up that prescription from the chemist on the way home. Or I have to pick up that prescription from the chemist on the way home. Or I need to pick up, means to take, yeah? To pick up that prescription from the chemist on the way home. Chemist or pharmacy, yeah? Аптека. Expressing lack of necessity or obligation, we use needn't, don't have to, or don't need to. Pay attention, we can't use mustn't here. Yeah? In negative sentences, we use needn't, don't have to, don't need to. For example, you needn't pick up that prescription. You don't have to pick up that prescription. Or you don't need to pick up that prescription. Yeah? Need is a semi-formal verb. Yeah? Expressing past obligation. We had to do something in the past. We just had to. I had to take the pills 3 times a day for 2 weeks. Expressing lack of past obligation. Yeah? Відсутність, lack of past obligation. We use needn't plus perfect infinitive, or didn't have to, didn't need to. I needn't have gone to the doctor. I didn't have to go to the doctor, and I didn't need to go to the doctor. It is about obligation and necessity. And then some additional information. Watch out. Usually there is no great difference between must and have to. They are synonyms. However, we are sometimes more likely to use must for personal obligations, making our own decisions about what we must do. For example, I must do more exercise, I must go to bed earlier. These are obligations that I made for myself. Yeah? And we use have to for external obligation. Зовнішні якісь, да, ситуації. When someone else makes us do something, or when some circumstances make us do something. Yeah? The next, we can also use will have or need to express future obligation. I will have to be more careful about, you will have to be more careful about what you eat in the future. Or you will need to be more careful about what you eat in the future. You'll have to, you'll need to. It is unusual to use must for questions. We usually use have or need to. Do I have to or do I need to take this medicine before every day? Yeah, not must I. So must is usually not used in questions. Must cannot be used as an infinitive. Instead of must, we use have to. I'd hate to have injections every day, or quite a complicated sentence. I'd hate to have injections every day. Тобто мені б дуже не сподобалося, якби там мені потрібно було робити уколи кожного дня. Да? Mustn't and don't have to, or doesn't have to, or needn't to have different meanings. You mustn't do that. It means don't do that. You are not allowed to do that. Otherwise, it might be dangerous. You mustn't do something. Yeah? It's very strict prohibition. Yeah? Заборона дуже така жорстка. But you don't have to do that, or you needn't have to do that. Means you can do that if you want, but it's not necessary. So another thing we have to remember, needn't plus perfect infinitive always refers to an action that happened. Didn't have to and didn't need to can refer to actions that did or didn't happen. I needn't have gone to the doctor. It means that I went to the doctor, but it was not necessary. Yeah? I didn't have to go to the doctor, or I didn't need to go to the doctor, means that I didn't do that. Yeah? I didn't have to, or I didn't need to go to the doctor, but I went just to be on the safe side. I did go. Be careful with the verb need. Be careful, with the verb need. It can also take the ing form. I need to sterilize this syringe, spritz, да? This syringe needs sterilizing. I need to tidy up the room, or the room needs tidying, yeah, for example. A lot of rules. So, and practice 3, yeah, grammar practice 3. Write a form of must have to, need, or need to in each gap to complete the sentence. If more than one possibility is correct, write all possibilities. So let's try to do it together. Victoria, can I ask you to be the first?
Oh, I have to remember to get some potatoes on the way home tonight.
Well done. I have to remember. Are there any other options possible?
I need to remember.
What? I need to remember, yeah. So, and this is obligation to myself. I can say, I must remember, yeah. That is important to me, yeah. I must remember. Done. Well done. Thank you. Андрію, будь ласка. Sentence 2.
Jason have to. Oh, sorry, have to see. Jason has to see the headmaster during the next break. I wonder what it's about.
Yeah, has to see. Jason has to see. It means that maybe even if he doesn't want to do that, he has to do it. Yeah. And if Jason really needs to see the headmaster, is it okay? Jason needs to see the headmaster.
Seems like that.
Yes, both variants are okay. Yeah, Jason has to see the headmaster. That means that the headmaster asked Jason to come and see him. Yeah, and Jason needs to see means it was Jason's desire. Yeah, it was Jason's wish to see the headmaster. Yeah, both variants are okay. Thank you, Андрію. Будь ласка, Катя. Катя? Катя Терещенко. No, так. Липницька Таміла. Вікторія. Окей, you're welcome, Вікторія. Вікторія Ставицька, так.
Sorry, we had to light lots of candles during the power cut 2 nights ago.
2 nights ago, yeah, we had to light lots of candles during the power cut, yeah. Familiar situation. Or is it okay to say we needed to light? Is it okay?
Yes, maybe.
Yes, it's absolutely fine. Yeah, absolutely fine. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you. Okay, any other volunteers to read sentence 4? Herman, you're welcome.
I will need to start doing my Christmas cards soon. It's nearly December.
Well done, well done. Well done. I will need to. Is it okay to say I will have to start doing my Christmas cards? Is it okay?
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah, have to. Мені прийдеться. Я буду змушений, да? Мені прийдеться. Yeah, thank you, Herman. You're right. You're right. Okay. Who would like to read sentence 5? Victoria, будь ласка.
Carl, you don't have to run into the street like that without looking first. It's dangerous.
Pay attention. It's dangerous. You don't have to. Oh, you're right. You're right. You mustn't. Yeah. You don't have to means. You can if you want. But there is no. But it's not necessary. And in this situation, you mustn't. You mustn't. Thank you. Андрію?
People with solo-property cars shouldn't worry about the price of petrol.
Yes, you shouldn't worry. Shouldn't worry. It means when we give advice, yeah? When we give advice, it's okay, yeah? But what other variants?
Don't need to.
That's better. That's better. Don't need to or...
Don't have to.
Well done, well done. Don't need to, don't have to. Yes, you're right. You're right. Thank you. Sentence 6. Any volunteers? Herman, you're welcome.
I would like
seven,
to...
7, yeah?
7, yes. I would like to...
I wouldn't, yeah? I wouldn't like to.
I wouldn't like to need to get up at 5 o'clock every morning.
We using I wouldn't like to need to. Maybe it's better to say I wouldn't like to have to. Да? Need це коли мені потрібно, да? А have to це коли я змушений. I don't want it, yeah, but the circumstances make me do it, yeah? So it's better to say, I wouldn't like to have to get up. Мені б не сподобалося, якби я була змушена прокидатися о 5 кожного ранку. Thank you, Hermione. Thank you. Sentence 8. Victoria?
We needn't you needn't do any washing up after the picnic because we'd uses disposable plates and
Cutlery. You see, we'd used past perfect. Ми використали. Disposable plates means plastic or paper plates, and cutlery like knives, forks. Yeah, the sentence refers to the past. That's why need is okay, but we didn't need to. We should use need in the past. Yeah, we didn't need to. Yeah, we didn't mean now. Yeah, but yesterday we didn't need to. Or any other possible options? We didn't have to. Yeah. Did you want to say it, Andrea?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Так,
So if we had no to do but done, needn't have done.
We needn't have done. We needn't. It means that we did it, and now we regret about it.
Also.
Yeah. That's not really good. Okay. Sentence 9. Who would like to read sentence 9? Так, Андрію?
Do professional musicians must or have to practice every day or need to? But
I agree with have to. I agree with need to. But what about must, Andrew? If we have do, auxiliary do.
So we don't use must in interrogative sentences.
Yes, and with other auxiliaries because must is auxiliary. Yeah, modal auxiliary. Yeah. So do professional musicians have to, or do they need to practice every day? Thank you. You are right. And the last sentence. Sentence 10. Who would like to read? Can I ask Katya Tereshchenko? Is she with us? Katya, are you with us? Андрій, ну давайте 10.
I needn't have bothered cooking all that food they'd eaten before they arrived.
Yes, only one. Well done. Only one option is okay. I needn't have bothered. Yeah, мені не слід було хвилюватися. It means that I did. Да? А я все-таки хвилювався. Yeah? Okay, so the next additional meaning is degrees of certainty. Ступені впевненості, так? Degrees of certainty. Yeah? We use must, can't, or couldn't to express certainty or near certainty about now or in general. Yeah? I'm certain means I'm 100% certain that the things are like they are. Yeah? For example, that must be the dentist nurse at the door. Yeah? Це має бути медсестра, да? Стоматологічна медсестра, це має бути, бо я, наприклад, її викликала. Да? That must be, I'm 100% certain. Or near certain means nearly certain, it means 90% certain. Yeah? This can't be or couldn't be the pills. They are the wrong color, I'm certain. Yeah? Expressing certainty or near certainty about the past, we use the same modal verbs, must, can't, could, plus perfect infinitive. Yeah? She must have been in a lot of pain. For example, when she broke her arm. Yeah? She must have been. Напевне, да, вона відчувала сильний біль. Я майже впевнена, що вона відчувала сильний біль. Да? His leg can't have been in plaster for 2 years. Or his leg couldn't have been in plaster for 2 years. Це не може бути, щоб його нога була в гіпсі 2 роки. Да? Я впевнена в цьому. Expressing probability about now, the future, or generally. We use should or ought to. You ought to feel better in a few days as long as you get lots of rest. You should feel better in a few days. Yeah? Here, ought to and should are used not in the meaning of advice, but in the meaning of probability. Тобто, скоріш за все, дуже ймовірно. Expressing probability about the past. We use the same modal verbs, should and ought to, plus perfect infinitive. Yeah, everything which refers to the past is uses perfect infinitive. Yeah, in all situations, perfect infinitive is used. The bruise ought to have disappeared days ago. Or the bruise, синець, да? The bruise should have disappeared days ago. I wonder why it didn't. Expressing possibility about now, the future, or generally. Could, may, might. Yeah? When something is possible, it means then that I'm 50% certain. Let's say 50% certain. You should talk to your doctor first, because that diet could be dangerous, may be dangerous, or might be dangerous. Expressing possibility about the real past. Could, may, might, plus perfect infinitive. Because past, yeah? That could have been the doctor who ran earlier while we were out. Or that may have been the doctor that might have been the doctor. Expressing possibility about hypothetical past. Again, we use could and might, but not may. Yeah, could, might, plus perfect infinitive. It's a good thing you went to the doctor, or you could have become quite ill, or you might have become quite ill. Ти міг би захворіти. Yeah? So, grammar practice. Grammar practice 4. Complete each second sentence using the word given so that it has a similar meaning to the first sentence. Write between 2 and 5 words in each gap. Yeah? Andrew, can you start with the first sentence, please?
His lights are on, so I am pretty sure Dan is at home. Dan must be at home as his lights are on, or Dan couldn't be out of home as his lights are on.
Great, great, excellent, excellent. Well done. Victoria?
Susie's car's not here, so she's almost certainly taking Dober to the vet.
Yeah, the situation is happening now, so she must be taking Dober. Yeah, she must be taking. When we use must, it means that we are really sure that it is so. That's why we don't need certainly. Yeah, she must be taking. She must be taking. Так, sentence 3. Герман, будь ласка.
There is no way that boy's Simon, he is
Simon,
much.
да?
So,
Simon, да? There is no way that boy is Simon. Тобто, не може бути, щоб той хлопець був Саймоном, да?
He is much taller.
Taller.
That, так, как тут? That
boy, да?
That boy
не може бути Саймоном. That boy, як ми таки скажемо?
Так, не может быть. Hadn't.
Can't be, да? Can't be. That boy can't be Simon, або можемо сказати that boy couldn't be Simon. Да?
Couldn't be Simon. Yes, he is much taller.
Is much taller. So, the sentence is negative. We are very sure about something what we are talking to. That's why we use can't or couldn't. Yeah? That boy can't be Simon, or that boy couldn't be Simon. He's much taller. Так, yes. So, thank you. Go on, Катя. Катя Терещенко. No. Андрій, будь ласка.
I'm certain the winners dancing were coming tonight. we arrange it for next Tuesday.
Мгм.
The winners can't expecting us tonight.
Can't be
Or
expecting, да?
Can't be
The winner,
expecting.
да, да. Winner це родина,
Or
да?
couldn't be expecting.
Well done. Can't be expecting, couldn't be expecting. Це не може бути, щоб вони нас очікували, да, сьогодні. Так, thank you, thank you. So, unfortunately, we've run out of time. You will continue doing these exercises. I hope that the presentation will be uploaded to our university site in a few days. You will be able to look through the exercises and you will see the answers, the keys at the end of this presentation. Yeah, and modal verbs, as I have already said, modal verbs are very quite complicated. Yeah, that's why I'm sure we need more practice. At the end of the presentation, you will be able to see different online sites, yeah, which present online tests. Yeah, I hope. Sorry, and I hope that you will find time to look through the presentation again. Yeah, do the online tests. Then we can recap. Let's recap what modal verbs are and what concepts they add to the sentences. Yeah. So while preparing for the lesson, I remembered a well-known poster. We can do it. Yeah. It is an American World War II wartime poster produced by Howard Miller in 1943. This inspiring image was intended to boost the morale of female workers. Yeah. So this poster uses modal verb can, yeah, and I'm sure we can cope with modal verbs as well as we will be able to protect, yeah, our country. So go on working and we can do everything. Here are the keys. So thank you for your